Welcome back. Yeah, so in the last tutorial we started doing the rocket launchers and the holders. So let's continue on that. So let's go back and sketch on this face now. And we don't need this whole thing, so we're going to cut it in half. We're going to cut it somewhere in the middle. Okay, so cut it there. And then let's close out this sketch. And then we're going to cut all the way through. Okay, that's good. And let's further add it to this. Let's sketch on this face. Okay, and let's add a 3-point arc from this point to about this point. Let's mirror this over to the other side from the middle point here, and then mirror these entities over this one. Okay, so press that, and then we're just going to maybe extend these lines to about there. That's good. And then let's grab another line. Okay, let's grab another line, and we're just gonna come out. Actually, let's grab a spline, and then we're going to come from about here to about here, and let's add some manipulation to this line. Something like that. Okay, and then we got this one. Okay, let's maybe make the area a bit thicker, like that. That looks better. Okay, and then let's mirror this entity. We're gonna mirror it over here. That's perfect. Okay, and now we just let's get rid of this line here. Close up the sketch. Okay, and let's just cut all the way through the whole thing. Press OK on that. Okay, good. Okay, so now we have this part here. All we have to do now is add our missiles in there. So let's see. Right. Okay, so for that, to add the missiles in here, we need to grab the half of these circles to be able to add our plane in that direction. So we are going to sketch on this face and come back in here and try to grab a center point from that, and that is that right there, which is perfect. But instead what we can do is go grab a center line and add a center line to this point straight from there. Okay, so once we have that, why is the center line is not showing that we just sketched? Okay, okay, so let's continue. We had a little technical difficulties. We hid our sketches, so we had to go into view and then hide and show, and then select back our sketches. By accident I maybe unchecked them, so got them back now. So let's continue. Where we left off is that we're trying to create the plane so that we can create our missiles here. Okay, so let's sketch on this face, normal to profile, and then let's grab a center line here, and let's try and get that center point, and just bring it out here like that. Exit that. Exit. Okay, good. And then now we can add our plane. So we're going to select this line and then this line here. Perfect. Okay, so now we can add our missile. Okay, so let's sketch on this plane here. And let me just okay, so with missiles, I mean, that's a very easy thing to make. I'm pretty sure by now you'll be able to make one. So let's just create one here. Let me turn on the hidden lines visible so we can see. So basically that line is the top of that. So we can kind of determine how this circle is. Okay, so it's between these two lines. Okay, so let's grab a center line, and then we're going to sketch from this point to this point. Let's come in here and bring this line all the way down to the corner, like that. Okay, so once we have that, then we can grab another center line and somewhere in the middle. Okay, and our missile is going to be smaller than between these two lines. Okay, so basically the missile comes out, it's a bit longer than the actual carrier, so it's going to come out between about this far to that far, like that, something like that. Okay, so let's create that and see how does it look. So basically we're just going to create a line here, and we're going to come out all the way about this far, and then come down to the line, and then we grab back our line, and then about here come down to our center line, and then let's make a revolve here. Let's close it. So for axis of revolution, we're going to choose the center line here. Okay, it's created our missile, and now let's turn back our view how that missile look. So I believe it can be thicker. So the best way to see where we are is we're going to edit the sketch, and we're going to edit the sketch within this view. Okay, so let's go into sketch and edit the sketch. Okay, so now we can just pull these lines up, and that will automatically update to our liking. Okay, so probably we're gonna have to move this down that way until we reaches that point. It fills up that carrier. Okay, we can bring this down so we're not touching the top of that. Basically, we don't want to touch the carrier itself. Okay, let's have a look at that now. That looks exactly what we are looking for. Okay, so if we zoom out here a little bit, then maybe we can make this missile just a little bit longer on the back end here. Okay. Well, so yeah, I like that very much. So I'm going to press OK on that. I'm going to exit the sketch, and let's just double check how we're looking here. Oh, we're looking amazing. Okay, that's perfect. And then of course we need to mirror this missile over to the other side, but before we do that, we're just then going to add the rest of the missile parts. Let's make the front of the missile a little bit pointy. So let's go to our fillet, and then we're going to try with conic radius, and then let's try with 1, and then let's bring this. Okay, let's try 1. Okay, actually, let's try, instead of conic radius, let's try the simple circular fillet on this edge. Okay, so here in circular, and let's add a little bit more to it. Maybe not 1, but let's try 5. Now let's try 3. And 3, it looks like the one. Maybe try 4. 4 looks exactly what we're looking for. Okay, that's good. And then let's add the tail wings to the back of this missile, and for that we're just going to create a plane, so we're not moving in from the actual edge. So let's create a plane, let's reverse that plane and make it into 2. That's perfect. Okay, and then we're just going to sketch on this plane. Normal to profile. Okay, and it's just going to be a 4-winged, or we can make it 3. Yeah, we're going to make it 3. Okay, so let's draw a triangle from the center out to this edge. Okay, alright, that's perfect. And then we're going to make some center rectangles. We're going to make, oh, not center rectangles, we're going to make a line from this point out, and then we're going to make one line from this point to that point, and then we're going to make one. Actually, instead of making all these lines, what we're going to do is let's trim these out. Let's exit the sketch. And let's delete these points. I don't need them. Okay, and then we're going to create just one line, extrude into that way, and then we're going to mirror that around. Okay, and we're going to do that in the next tutorial.